What's that? We just have a couple people to sit down here. Okay, I think everybody is just about seated. I did hear that there's a train, so there might be a few people coming late, but I want to value your time and go ahead and get this started. So thank you for coming in. I would like to recognize a couple of our board members that came. We have our board president, Andy Height, and vice president, Clint Bostic, right back here. So thank you two for being here. And would just like to congratulate everybody in here collectively on graduating a new class of seniors. Being in curriculum and this current position allows me to see kids go through the district. And it really is amazing to see what you do together collectively. I know you kind of get to that point where you're at the end of the year and you're sad that some are leaving and you're kind of glad some are leaving and you're ready for that next class and you're going back and forth. But when you see collectively what you do with students and look at the money that they get on scholarships and watch them at academic signing day and watch them get a diploma, it's amazing. And I can tell you we've got just like two amazing success stories this year that Daryl Height was telling both Tony and I about, students that we never dreamed would have made it to graduation, and they're going to get their diplomas this year. And that really, really is a testament to the fact that everybody in this room works collectively to make sure that that happens. So thank you for that. And thank you also, you removed an economic barrier for one of our students by donating to the Piqua Promise Fund, and we were able to, again, provide one full scholarship for a student that was in need, and will definitely use that scholarship to their advantage. So you're getting a great start for one of our students, and to you, I thank you for that. So I get a lot of feedback everywhere I go. Rick Haynes used to tell me that all the time. He would go to the store and people would come to him in restaurants, and it's true. It happens everywhere I go. People have good things to share. Sometimes they have bad things to share, and they have a lot of advice. I ran into somebody the other day that was talking to me, and they were telling me about the experience their kid had going through our school district, and it really touched me. And I asked this person if they would be willing to come in here and just share some of their thoughts. So she's going to do that. She needed Kleenex, as she said, so I've got those up here. But Dawn Whitney, she is a 1986 graduate. Her husband is an 87 graduate of Piqua Schools, and their son Drake is graduating this year. And they have a daughter, Danielle, that will become a junior. So I'm very pleased to invite her here to share some special words with you. So please join me in welcoming her up here.
Thank you. My name is Dawn Whitney, and my husband Dane wishes he could be here today. He travels, he's in Dayton. We are graduates. Thanks for throwing me under the bus of what year we graduated now of Piqua High School. Lifelong residents of this community, and our son Drake already went through his convocation through the Career Center. Graduates tomorrow night, and Danielle today texted me and said, I'm officially a junior. She thinks she did really well in finals. So, that being said, I am here today just to, and I'm going to read what my husband and I typed up last night, because if I didn't just type it up, I would stumble through this. So today is just a small token of our appreciation for my family. It's been said that it takes a village to raise a child. Most people have no idea how true this statement is, especially when it comes to being an educator. Many take for granted the people, resources, time, energy, talent, blood, sweat, and tears, and dedication it requires. As a teacher or administrator, you stand in the gap for your students every day. You do it in so many ways for so many kids. You may not always feel appreciated, but I'm here today to share some thoughts to remind you that you are a wonderful, giving, and amazing group. Here are just a few highlights from my family over the last 13 years. Our daughter Danielle, very typical child, very full of energy. I did cartwheels when she was accepted into all-day kindergarten, which back then you had to be on a lottery. So you all impacted me that way. Kindergarten teachers are a true gift from God. Your patience and kindness constantly amaze us. Destination Imagination, an amazing program teaching kids to think outside the box. A huge thanks to a retired now teacher, but Sue Subler, who loved this program so much and loved kids so much, and she always called her students my beautiful friends. Last summer, Danielle traveled to Europe with a group that Jana Krogman put together. Many of you know that I've been a travel agent my entire adult life. My children both love to travel, and they love to learn about other cultures. I thank all of you social studies and language arts teachers for inspiring and educating young people to learn about more than just what their friends are doing on social media, to put their phones down and to look around the world. Danielle was invited to STEM Day at Edison in 8th grade. Mr. Askins is one of the reasons Danielle has developed a love for science. Mrs. Hoying challenges her in chemistry. The work has been laid out on our bar the last 2 nights until 2 o'clock in the morning, but she's still sure she has a future career somewhere in the science field. A big shout out to a teacher that I have personally watched growing up, always singing. Thank you, Mr. Westfall, if you're here, for your love and dedication to your students. Danielle has wanted to be in the show choir since she was 4 years old, and she has learned so much from you. Thank you, Coach Michael, if you're here, for being there for my daughter when she needed any personal girly items, advice, just wanting to chat and hang out, and just know that all of your school nursing staff, they're truly a blessing. Now to our son, Drake, who lives with autism. He was diagnosed at age 6. The blessing to me was when he was at Nicklin, I had staff and teaching support, Teresa, that really helped us and guided us with where we needed to go with him and the next steps we were to take. When he went into 1st grade, it took 1 phone call, and Rick Fry and the High Street staff had the process started. They had an IEP in place, and we had a full-time aide assigned to him. Robin Skaggs was the best fit possible. She was with him for 10.5 years. She was just recently at his party we had for him Saturday. She says she will be here tomorrow night. Many of you witnessed her incredible patience and care, and we witnessed as staff under Rick and Susie Sharp, who I always said was really who the principal of High Street School was at that time. She could finish his sentences and thoughts, and that, and they showed so much care and patience with all the kids they had. A shout out to Pam George. She's her upbeat, musically inspired personality, and she always knew what each child in her presence needed at the time. Speech teachers, you are a true gift to parents like Dana and I who have a special needs child. The Piqua Junior High staff did everything possible to elevate Drake's scholastic experience. The administration, the full teaching staff, cafeteria staff, office staff, they all knew Drake very well, and they were very patient and kind to him. Rory Hoke was instrumental in getting Drake involved. Drake joined the track team, and he was able to join his class on the DC trip as well. Besides Friday night football games, and I hope Coach Neese knows that Drake really needs those Indians to keep winning and have a winning season, I'm certain Drake would say that watching football games and the Lego Club was the highlight of his 2 years here at Piqua High School. Paula Schmeezing was pretty much instrumental, and she created that Lego Club pretty much thinking only of him. For all of you intervention specialists out there, you are a true blessing. Thank you for your dedication to your trade and to your students. Drake joined the electronics program at the Career Center, and with the guidance of Jim Weaver, he found continued success. He received an Executive Director's Award given to the student who has overcome obstacles to achieve true success. He already has a full-time job in the electronics field. He starts Monday down in Vandalia. It has always been comforting to my family to know that so many teachers and administrators in our school district are some of the same people that Dana and I have grown up with, we attended school with, we've gone to church with, we've become friends with many of you, and we have kids that our kids are friends with. Some of you taught with my dad, Gary Meek, and Dane's stepdad, Don Smith, and some of you had them in school. These relationships were another key factor in providing peace of mind for Dana and I when Drake entered school. So there aren't really words to express the deep gratitude my family has for you all. Thank you for being who you are, loving what you do so much. You have to love it, because you surely don't get paid enough for doing what you do. Thank you for standing in the gap for your students. Thank you for being part of a village that encourages and inspires. You don't hear words of praise enough in this community, but thanks to all of you in this room, any student can overcome and achieve. Thank you.
I couldn't have said that any better, but that is what I see when I see our kids go through this district. So the fact that she could communicate that to you is amazing. It's just amazing what you do, and I mean that. Next, I would like to move on to what happened this last Saturday. Many of you know that we have sporting events that happen year-round, night, day, weekends, and when Chip Hare calls me a lot, it's usually something really great happened, and he wants to let me know it really happened great, or something not so great happened. And usually, if it's not great, he'll start the phone call with, this is not a good call, or this is a really good call. Saturday, we were hosting a track meet over at Alexander Stadium, and he called, and his words were breathy and panicky. Not the phone call you want to get, and he didn't even start with a preface. He just kind of jumped right into what had happened. While warming up for the shot put, a Northwestern student dropped to the ground and became unresponsive. And somebody contacted Katie Smith, one of our trainers and teachers, who called 911 right away. And Aaron Smergy, who is our premier health trainer, immediately grabbed the AED and reported to the scene, where the student was non-responsive and was blue, was dying. She immediately started the AED, started to do compressions. Other people came over, and in the process, they revived the student and saved his life on Saturday. His parents get that kid for another day. So I want to recognize those people, because that's a pretty amazing event. And they're going to tell you that they did nothing and that they don't want this recognition, but they deserve it. Whether they did the AED or they continued to keep people focused, they went to the hospital with the family, talked to them afterward, and continue to stay in touch with them as this student is in the Columbus Children's Hospital. They all did an amazing thing on that day. So would the following people come forward so we can recognize them? Courtney Downs. Chip Hare. Scott Kay. Aaron Smergy. And Katie Smith. Next, we have our Friends of the School Award. We have a long-standing relationship with our community, and it's amazing what they give to our schools. Each year, we ask for nominations from the staff, and this year, we had 14 different organizations or groups that were nominated for Friends of the Schools. This year, the Teacher of the Year Committee all went through all of those nominations. Everybody that was nominated will get a personal letter from me with the words that you wrote in your nomination so that they'll be recognized, but one group was selected, and I would like to read to you a little bit about what this group was nominated for. It says, "It was with great enthusiasm that I nominate the Garden Tribe, Miami County's largest schoolyard garden. The project started when they became inspired by visiting a schoolyard in Dayton. They began to think of the possibilities that the students of Piqua could experience in the previous Nickland Avenue School property if we opened a unique outdoor lab for the students and staff to experience for years to come. Once they had the idea, they spent countless hours on planning, designing, creating committees, seeking out community volunteers, and tracking down local businesses to get donations for this worthy project. Despite challenges and setbacks, they have remained steadfast in their quest to complete this project with the utmost attention to detail and of highest quality. After working last spring and into the summer, their vision had become a reality for the students at Piqua Central Intermediate School as well as Piqua Catholic. The students did a fall planting and harvesting as well as a spring planting, which yielded enough lettuce for students and staff to eat, plus they sent 10 bags of fresh produce being donated to the Bethany Center for the community to enjoy. Their countless hours and legwork into this project wholeheartedly reflects what a true friend of the schools really is. So this year's Friend of the Schools belongs to the Garden Tribe. If they would all come forward, please. So with the group, we have Ruth Kuhn and Anna Baumeister, who began doing all that work, and then you see a lot of people that belong to the Piqua Garden Club that were up there, as well as local landscaping that all donated their time and resources for this. Thank you. Next, we'll do our service awards. We'll start with our 5-year service awards, and when you come forward to get your plaque, would you again go up on the stage so we can get a group photo of everybody, please? Start with 5-year awards, Angie Arns, Sarah Kopic, Jade Green, Tara Hall, Chip Hare, Jeremy Hiddle, looking all dapper in his suit there, Alex Johnson, Katie Meese, Alexa Miller, Casey Potts, Brittany Robbins, Chris Seitz, and Macarena Studebaker. Congratulations for 5 years of service. Our 10-year awards go to Jared Askins, Terry Burkholder, Erica Butler, Amy Fashioner, Dan Hathaway may not be here, he may be still driving bus, Abby Hewitt, Mick Leffel, Libby Leininger, Brandon Lytle, Michelle McNeil, Michael Schaefer, Paula Schmeezing, Carrie Scott, and Tiffany Williams. Congratulations for 10 years. 15 years, we have Kathy Boer, Amy Davis, Kim Dyer, Kendra Kruskop-Smith, and Katie Motter. For 20 years, we begin with Marcy Anderson. George Crickmore. This is the rowdy group. Christy Dakeworth. Jennifer Everett. Mindy Gerhart. Terry Hess, Vicki Keller, Judy Nickel, Carolyn Pearson, Lori Smith, Jackie Thace Birch, and Melody Voisinette. Congratulations for 20 years. "25 years, Susan DeBras. Jill Hughes. Cheryl Jones. Stacy Patton. And me. I feel silly saying that, but me.
Congratulations.
And our last group is for 30 years, Kathy Grazier, Lori Hudner, and Jane Peck. Congratulations to all of you for your years of service. all you 5-year people are wondering, can I make it to 30 years? Will that ever happen for me? Last year we started a special award called the Golden Apple Award, and it became important for us to recognize outstanding student teachers because we all know how important getting a good sub is. And last year I think we had about 12 that were nominated. This year there were 17 substitute teachers repeatedly by several of you that were recognized or nominated for this honor. So that's a great sign that we've got some really good substitute teachers out there. But one really stood out by the committee that made the selection. And some of the comments were that this person is a very, very strong team player. He's friendly and caring toward all the students who call him affectionately as Mr. D. He has done a tremendous job this year in a myriad of roles. His subject of choice was ELA, but he tackled long-term subbing jobs in math and science and did an excellent job in teaching both of them. He taught the content and connected with staff and students on a daily basis. He always had a smile on his face, a positive attitude, and he took the time not only to know the students, but to get to know our staff. Students loved seeing him in the hallways and in the classrooms. He collaborated with the colleagues as a team player. The teachers felt confident in leaving him in charge of the classroom when they were absent, and he always went above and beyond beyond the required duties of just being a substitute teacher. Please join me in welcoming Casey Denlinger to receive this year's Golden Apple Award. Yep. We're going to make him go up at the spotlight there. Here's what you didn't know. He actually got hired to be a teacher coming from Korea. He had his license over there that was supposed to transfer. The wonderful state of Ohio Department of Education did not accept his license like they had told him when he was over there. He was so good we didn't want to lose him, so we immediately put him into a long-term subbing position, and it just kept rolling from there because he did such a great job. So he could have been bitter and left, but he didn't. He hung in there with us, and we appreciate that. Yep. Next, we have our support staff employees of the year from each of the schools as well as for the whole district. So when we call you forward, if you'll come up and get your plaque, we'll again get a shot of each of you up there, okay? So from the Piqua Junior High School, we had Sarah Patrizio. Piqua Central Intermediate, Robin Phipps. Spring Creek was Carrie Scott. Washington, April Vossler. Central Office, Susan DeBras. And then from the Piqua High School, not only was this person the finalist for their school, but they were the district-wide support staff member of the year, and that is Beth Rosenkrantz. Beth? I'm guessing after graduation, Beth is going to sleep for 3 days because she's the senior counselor this year and been doing a lot of work. Our outstanding educators from each of the buildings, as well as our finalists. So from the Piqua High School, we have Debbie Allen. Piqua Junior High School, Jared Askins. Spring Creek, George Crickmore. You got to watch George, I'm telling you. Washington, Holly Peoples. And from Piqua Central Intermediate School, their Outstanding Educator of the Year, as well as your District Teacher of the Year, Stacy Patton. Stacy started her speech already for the fall, and she says it's only about an hour long so far, so we're maybe 2. Next, we want to recognize our retirees that are going to retire this year after giving many years of service to our students. So we're very thankful for their service, and we'll call them up. We have a special gift for each of those. Rick Claprud for 14 years of service. Susan DeBras has 25 years of service. Linda DeWeese, 22 years. Chuck Flaherty for 34 years. Brenda Galley, 33 years. Did Brenda make it? No? Brenda? Where's Brenda? There she is. 33 years. I think the junior high is going to starve without you there. Becky Jenkins, 33 years. Does Cheryl Jones make it? Cheryl Jones for 25 years? No? Adele Penrod for 18 years? Yes, she is. And Connie Straley for 4 years. What's that? She had to go take a phone call. Okay, typical of that. Yes, okay. Okay, if she comes back, we'll give her a moment. All right, we'll get pictures of these guys. Well, as we wrap up, I can't say it enough how proud I am of everything that you've accomplished. Really do appreciate all of your work. We have a short summer, it feels like, because there is that early start that's coming our way, but I hope you get a lot of rest. Enjoy yourselves, go do some great things, and we're available throughout the summer if you need anything. just let us know. So thank you and have a great, great summer.